Hi, I'm Lucy Erskine. I'm the CEO and founder of Gunho. Started the business in 2007, specialist business-to-business appointment setting agency based in Poundbury and Dorchester. I got in contact with Dorset Business Mentors in the second year of my business. I was struggling with managing the growth of the company and was researching who might be able to help me with that. A friend of mine recommended that I get in contact with them to help with strategy and planning. So we were probably 3 or 4 people strong in the team, and I could start to see how we might be able to scale the company, which was a bit scary. So I got in contact with Dorset Business Mentors to really provide some guidance to me as to how I might be able to scale and what strategy I might be able to put in place to help achieve some growth goals. An acquaintance of mine had recommended that I get in contact with Dorset Business Mentors. She'd used them in a very favourable way, so they came really highly recommended to me. So for me, the challenges were about growth and office space. Gunho is a people-based business, so we need a lot of office space. And for me, I was weighing up the risks as to whether I should take on a bigger office lease. And I really needed a sounding board with a mentor to decide whether that was a risk that I was prepared to take or not.
Yes.
So they guided me through that process. So being a people-based business in Dorset has got lots of advantages because the area has so many interesting people, a lot of whom that work at Gunho are more mature, more senior in their years, and we've really been able to take advantage of that. Obviously you're a long way from London if you're in Dorset, so you've got to spend a long time on the train for going to meetings and things. But I think Dorset's a good place to run a business like this because you've got low costs in terms of office facilities, whereas if you're in a big city that would be much higher cost of entry. You've got good people, I think, in Dorset. You have to dig a bit to find them, you have to hunt high and low with your recruitment. But there's really interesting people that can come and work for you. Obviously, recruiting good people was tricky in the beginning, and it still is today. Trying to find great people that would be a good cultural fit for Gunho was a challenge. Finding new clients and managing everything that you've got to do when you start out on your own. You don't have a management team in place. That was really the main challenge, as well as just managing the risk of paying wages, having an office lease, and all of the contractual issues that you bind yourself to in the first few years of starting out. Business mentor was a chap called Alex, and he really helped me identify the potential growth at Gunho and gave me the courage to take more risks. I'm naturally sort of quite fearful of taking on big commitments, and he helped me just see that it was possible, and just gave me, like I said, the courage to continue and take on additional people and additional space. And without him, I don't think I would have probably made that leap. I would have kept the business really quite small. So I'm really thankful to him for helping with that. And then Alex decided not to be a mentor anymore, and we were put in contact with a new business mentor, Sophie, and she gave a different perspective on the business and helped us in a different phase of growth. So she helped us realise that Gunho is a people-based business, and helped us put in place all sorts of mechanisms to attract, retain and develop our staff, which again has enabled us to continue growth. So you speak to Dorset Business Mentors headquarters and you explain to them what sort of person you are, what sort of business you have, and they try and match you with the right mentor. So I think they did a pretty good job both times. They are there just really to guide you, to support you in making sometimes tricky decisions. They won't tell you what to do, your business mentor would never do that, but they would help you understand the risks, understand the stress it might cause to your business if you took a particular decision, and really just help you look at all options available to you. We'd have an agenda really for the meeting, so you'd go into your meeting with your mentor with perhaps 5 key things that you want to discuss, perhaps current challenges in the business, and then you just work through them, set priorities, get a different person's perspective as to the challenges that you're working on, and then you'd agree actions. So your mentor might suggest that you take some action in certain areas, and so you'd agree to do that before the next meeting, and then you'd set an agenda for the following meeting. And they do hold you accountable, so that's good. They do suggest that you work on particular things, so it's good to have somebody kind of overlooking that, particularly if it's things that you don't like doing. My mentor put me in contact with another mentor who was specialist in exit planning. So the managing director and I were thinking about what our potential exit might be, and Sophie doesn't have expertise in that area, so she recommended one of the Dorset Business Mentors that did, and we were able to meet with him and discuss different options, and he helped us potentially map out a plan should we want to go down that road in the future. But that was just a one-off meeting, so we know that we can access lots of different capabilities across Dorset Business Mentors if we need it. So there's 2 key moments that stick in my mind. One, when we were in a tiny office and we couldn't grow any more unless we took on more office space. So the business mentor, Alex, at the time really helped me scope that next office phase. He gave me lots of advice, and without taking that step with him supporting me, we probably wouldn't have been able to grow to sort of the second stage of our business. Yeah, so Sophie helped me realise that people were the core to Gunho's success, and that we needed to put in place all sorts of mechanisms to manage and support the people that work here, from sort of attracting them in the first place, attracting good people, develop a retention strategy to make sure that people that come to work at Gunho have got a really good pathway to grow their career, and to put in place an HR mechanism. So that has really helped us sort of support the underlying growth over the last few years. So the mentors that I've worked with have asked me about the financials. So the financials is not an area that is my strong point. So they've really helped me get to grips with the basics of running a business in a financial sense. Understanding profit and loss and balance sheet is something that didn't come naturally to me, and they sort of held me to account really to make sure that I understood that and could present it to them. Our business continues to grow, and we again struggle with things like recruiting people and office space. That's a big issue for us, so we're looking at how we can set up internationally on the west coast of Canada, so that we can cover time zones in Asia. So that's what we're working on next, and we need to involve our mentor to help us plan that next phase.